morning, everyone. I hope you've all had a lovely week. This morning we have a talk with Phil. Phil's giving us a talk this morning. We have crafts with Luke. We'll be making a homemade trumpet. And we have a challenge with Charly. Okay, hope you enjoy. See you soon. Bye.
All you're going to do is you're going to be jogging on the spot, keeping your hands out to the side and the ball just going between. Really nice way to work on your hand-eye coordination and do a bit of cardio at the same time. So we're going to be working for 30 seconds again. Your hands want to stay out and it is the ball just going between. You're looking for fingertip to fingertip. Want to make it really challenging? Further your arm distance. Ready? On your marks, get set, go. So I managed to do 80 hot potatoes, but you'll have noticed that I wasn't jogging on the spot. So I want you to do it whilst jogging on the spot.
So this morning's craft is a very simple one which we've probably done before. You need some loo roll, some paper, some sellotape and then something to colour with. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some trumpets. You get your loo roll and you get your bit of paper. You make it so it makes a slightly bigger end. So make that like that. And we fold that up to the corner. We fold that up to the corner as well. And as soon as they reach, we'll snip that in a minute. Get your sellotape. Masking tape is useful because with masking tape you can colour on top of it. So that corner up. I'm going to do a sneaky double it on this. So I'm using about half the loo roll just because that way it's got a decent grip. And that's up until it touches in the top corner there. Wrap that round. There we go. Now you could glue that. I'm going to sellotape that because I have masking tape. So sellotape that bit down like that. Make sure it's nice and smooth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim my end off to make it look a little bit more like a trumpet. And then using another bit of paper, I'm going to make a handle here. I'm just going to sellotape around that bottom bit. I want it to stay nice and flat. We want any sound that's coming out to go through the trumpet and not out the bottom. So I take my bottom down. So let's trim that end off. I'm going to do a slight curve because I can. No other reason for it. Then it makes it look like a nice wide mouth. And this bit I'm going to use for my handle. Bend those in like that. Same on that side. So what you do is bit of sellotape on the bit you bent in. And put that there on my loo roll. And then that goes up. And on this bit, go like that. So as you can see, got a little handle for my trumpet. Take him down. So there you go, there's my little trumpet handle. So I can hold it like that, I can hold it like that. However you want to. And then you hold it to your mouth, you have your trumpet. So now, let's decorate it in. I'm going to do a quick decoration. I want you to try and do your best decorations. I'm doing a nice quick one so you get an idea. Make a nice trumpet. And then, remember, that in all situations, God is there. Even if everyone around you, like with the Israelites, is making louder noises, blowing their horns and their trumpets. God is with you, and we just need to listen out for His voice. So they have a quickly decorated horn for your craft. Enjoy. I'll pass you back over to Phil.
Today we're kicking off a new series about building. In fact, not just building, but rebuilding. So, what do the words building and rebuilding make you think of? Maybe a certain popular toy? I'm talking about my favourite toy when I was RoadRunners age. And still something, if I'm quite honest, I like today. I'm talking, of course, about Lego. I've got some pieces here. I wonder what we can make. Let's see. Put that on there. And that on there. Those together. What do you think it looks like? A table? Maybe we can make it a bit more exciting. It's not very good, is it? Is it a bridge? Anyway, these pieces all come from a much bigger set, and that set came with some instructions. In fact, I got this set for my 9th birthday, so I would have been a roadrunner back then. Can you guess what the set was? Looking at these pieces, maybe I'll tell you later. So today's story can be found in the book of Ezra. Now, this is towards the end of the story of the Jewish people that we find in the Old Testament. So it takes place after the stories of David and Solomon and lots of the other kings. When the Jewish people had started to ignore God and to disobey Him. In fact, their behaviour had been so bad for so long that God allowed them to be invaded and taken over by their enemies. The Jews were taken over 1,500 miles away from their home in Jerusalem into captivity in Babylon, and they were there for 70 years. Jerusalem and other cities were really badly damaged. The magnificent temple that Solomon had built was destroyed, and lots of valuable treasure was stolen by their Babylonian captors. But after 70 years, the kingdom of Babylon was taken over by another kingdom, the Persians. The king of Persia, King Cyrus, said the Jews could return, and that God had told him in a dream that they should rebuild their temple. The king wisely had his decree written down in the palace records. The king also gave back the treasure that had been stolen all those years before when the temple was destroyed. So the Jews returned home with their temple treasures and started to rebuild their old ruined cities and a new temple. But guess what? There were other people now living in the area, and they were not happy that the Jews were rebuilding the temple. They would intimidate and bully them, so much so that work stopped. For 16 years. Now, during that time, King Cyrus died, and he was succeeded by a new king, King Darius. Eventually, after 16 years and some encouragement from the prophets, the Jews started working on the temple again, but an official in the area demanded to know what they were doing. "I'm going to tell King Darius that you're rebuilding your temple. He won't be happy. You'll be in big trouble," he said, and he wrote to the king with a list of all the Jews involved, hoping to get them into big trouble. But the Jews also wrote to the king telling him that his predecessor, King Cyrus, had given them permission. King Darius was a bit confused when he got the letters and ordered a search to see if the Jews were telling the truth. Eventually, they found the royal decree that Cyrus had signed all those years before. The king wrote to the official telling him that the work should continue and that the official should arrange protection for God's people while they completed the work on the temple. So eventually, after another few years, the new temple was completed and the people celebrated with a big ceremony. It took the Jews about 20 years to rebuild the temple after they had been sent home because of all the setbacks they faced. I wonder how they felt through all that time. Initially, excitement after King Cyrus had sent them back with all their treasures, then determination to rebuild, then fear as the bullies stopped them working, determination again when they started to rebuild, a bit more fear wondering what King Darius would do, followed by even more determination when they finally got his response, and then at the end, a massive celebration when they'd finished. It was difficult for them at times, and I'm sure they got really fed up. But God had promised them that the temple would be rebuilt, and eventually it was. He was with them even when life seemed full of problems, and they had to learn to trust him despite their circumstances. And that's true for us. God is with us, even if sometimes we don't feel like he is, or things are going wrong. So, what can we do if we feel like God is not with us? It happens to lots of Christians at some time or another. Well, I think the best thing to do is tell someone, another Christian, a parent, or even a RoadRunners leader. They can pray with us and help us to remember all the good things God has done for us.
Hi again. I hope you enjoyed the morning with us. Just to remind you, next Sunday we're meeting after the service, and from June we're finally meeting on Saturday afternoons. So something to look forward to. All right, have a lovely week everybody. Stay safe. Bye bye.